This is a Conservative poster from the 1920s. It presents voters with a stark choice: socialism or patriotism. After the 1917 Russian Revolution violently installed a communist regime committed to perfect equality, many feared that Britain would follow suit. Now, in truth, there were very few communists in Britain. But at the same time, the Labour Party was becoming much more popular. It massively increased its vote, partly thanks to most working class people getting the vote in 1918. And in 1924, the party was even able to form a minority government. Labour was a socialist party. It was committed to achieving a more equal society. But unlike the communists, Labour wanted to achieve that end through democratic means. Some Conservatives, however, genuinely believed there was no difference between the two. Of those that could tell the difference, however, they still cynically presented Labour as being in cahoots with Moscow's bloody revolutionaries. The way the poster dramatically contrasts an unshaven revolutionary with a clean-cut, noble Britain might today appear comically crude, but at the time it was very effective. And it formed part of a wider propaganda effort that culminated in the publication of the bogus Zinoviev letter during the 1924 election campaign. This letter purported to be from a communist official from Moscow who outlined how a Labour government would foster a communist revolution in Britain. Some claim it was very powerful propaganda and lost Labour the election, ending its very brief but first time in office. To Conservatives of the time, patriotism meant keeping Britain's institutions, like the monarchy, Parliament and the Empire, safe from communism. Labour, on the other hand, claimed you could be a patriot and still introduce radical change that benefited the majority. If the politics of patriotism in subsequent decades faded away, thanks to Brexit, it is now back with a vengeance. Labour's leaders were desperate to prove that theirs was a patriotic party, and as opposed to communism as were the Conservatives. The archives not only contain a copy of the Zinoviev letter, but also minutes of Labour's National Executive Committee, which includes an official statement distancing the party from the communists. Ironically, the archive is the official repository of both the Labour and Communist Party papers.